Hello there, Matthew Maluski.
Hey.
This here is a crash test that you've found.
For a new hip, funky game.
It's pretty hip, it's pretty funky. This is Record Run by Harmonix.
Hey, those guys.
They make music games. This is a new music game. It's free with the option to pay a couple bucks to get rid of ads.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna be upfront. I'm not sure I can really play this.
Yeah.
Based on
because
basically there's a severe audio delay with my setup.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna sort of show off what the game is, and whether or not I complete a song is another thing entirely. So Matthew, have you heard of games like Audio Surf?
Yes, I've dabbled in it a little bit.
These are games that you put your music in.
Yeah.
And they spit stuff out. They spit out a game, a procedurally generated game for you to play.
Yeah.
So that's what this is. It pulls down the music off of your iOS device. I'm playing on an iPad right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any music on this iPad, so I pulled down 3 tracks for us that I think might work pretty well with this game. So here, let's just get right in. And the way they sort of have any progress in this game is there are these different mission tiers here.
Mm-hmm.
And these are important because completing these is what gets you backstage passes, and that's what lets you add more songs. So they have kind of an infrastructure in here wherein you can't just select any song off of your iPod if you have 200 to play. Mm-hmm. You have to select 3 up front and then play those, get good at them, and then add more.
Okay, what do you think about that decision?
I think it would be an okay decision if it weren't for... I have a lot of problems with this game.
Okay.
Let's say. Let's just get into it. I'm gonna play this Mountain Goat song.
Okay.
I'm gonna try at least. So yeah, these are the different boosts. This is a pretty standard thing for these types of games.
Yeah.
So I'll just slap on both. I have enough records to do that.
This is a game lingo for the older folk in the audience.
Okay, so basically, this is what it is.
Yeah.
You can see. Basically, I'm swiping to the left when there's an obstacle that I can't jump or duck under.
Sure.
And then when I duck, you swipe down, swipe up.
So it's sort of a temple run sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got kind of that vibe going on. I think the perspective is really weird. It's definitely a lot easier. I was playing this on my phone earlier, and this seems like a much better way to deal with it. Because even with the music out of sync, I feel like I'm doing pretty well here.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the iPhone it's just so now my groove meter is up or something, which gets me extra points, but it also removes the indicators.
Oh.
So I just have to be really in tune with the
music.
Experience.
Or just look where you're going.
Or just look where I'm going,
Yeah, this doesn't even seem like it's that difficult.
Well, here's the thing.
When it's not
This is much easier on this biggest screen, that's true. But also, one of the things that I'm not crazy about in this game is, in other Harmonix games, there are very clear, rankings and very clear ideas as to what you have to do to get more points.
Yeah.
And I see the points I'm getting, but it's just unclear to me, what... if there's an optimal path they want me to be taking, because there are some obstacles I just don't even have to interact with, and sometimes the records I have to grab are, just going around obstacles, so I don't know if I should make the records a priority, or make the obstacles a priority.
I see what you mean.
But yeah, this is basically the game, and you can see I just completed an objective there. I've slid under 10 obstacles.
Oh, that's 10 years bad luck.
I'm also stepping on a ton of cracks and breaking my mother's back.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, repeatedly. Yeah, I thought this would be way harder than it is with the audio delay, but I'm just not.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of funky people, you know.
Yeah.
Sort of enjoying the tune with you.
I'm just not even really paying attention to the Mountain Goat song.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like I completed all of my missions.
Really, isn't that the biggest crime of all?
Yeah, this game makes me not pay attention to the Mountain Goats. So you see here, you get your ranking. I got 4 stars. Like, I don't know what I could have done to get 5 stars.
Yeah.
I guess is my complaint.
Get it once, I think. So.
It looks. So yeah, down here you can see accuracy, and you can see all the ones I skipped. But it's like the records also give me points, so
it's a little confusing.
It's just why, I got a backstage pass, though I'm gonna give it to this guy, and I win. So now that I've done that, I can go back over here. I believe, no, not here. I can go to play and then add a song slot.
Okay.
So I have enough to add. I don't have any other songs on here, but I could tap this and then it just brings up my iTunes playlist.
Yeah.
And stuff, and
I see.
You can do all that. We'll play one more song to close us out, but I'm going to show you some sort of icky stuff about this.
Okay.
So apart from the fact that this is a free-to-play game with an optional pay upgrade to get rid of ads, the ads are full screen, and they are in between songs. So every couple songs, it'll kick you out to a full screen ad that you can skip after a couple seconds that also is like, hey, go here to buy this app, and then you have to hit an X button to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. If you didn't want those, you could just pay the couple bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the other thing, though. Those backstage passes I'm getting from completing those missions? Here is another way I could be getting those.
Pay.
So you can spend up to $100 in a single payment to get 560 backstage passes.
That's weird.
It's the same with records. See, here's the thing. I get that you want to try to make money.
Yeah.
But it's just when you have... It's just, if I hit that $100 thing, it would not take very many accidental strokes for me to just dump $100 into this game.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I'm not quite dedicated enough to the actual gameplay loop, where it's I can understand that. So that just comes off a little weird to me. I mean, I get that that's how phone games are, but,
Yeah. It's no Melody's Escape.
It's no Melody's Escape, yeah. I definitely prefer that to this. That's a game that has a really good style to it, and the style is it's spare and it informs what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and also just it looks more interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Than sort of.
Here, we'll play this They Might Be Giants song to take
the aesthetic of this.
Yeah, this doesn't have a great aesthetic. Also, there's just not enough once again, this is easier on the iPad, but on the phone I didn't feel like there was enough sort of visual feedback as to what type of obstacle was coming up.
Oh. That's...
Because it's just they're just all sort of nondescript items without any sort of... that's the thing about Melody's Escape, which is another game on Steam Early Access that does this procedurally generated thing. All of the buttons you have to hit are color-coded, and it's very clear, and, it's more of a 2D thing, less of a sort of weird behind-the-back thing here. I just think on a smaller screen it got a little confusing. But
so, bad game, don't buy it.
It's fine. If... I'll probably...
Are there a lot of games like this in the...
Yeah, a lot of them are really bad, though.
Oh, okay.
This definitely feels like a more solid algorithm.
Yeah.
Guys at Harmonix know their music game stuff for sure. I just think a lot of the... I think the look of it, and I think the sort of the stuff around it, the microtransaction stuff, and like the way especially the microtransaction stuff in light of how the song stuff works, where you can only add more songs if you have backstage passes, and then they're trying to upsell you on backstage passes, like, feels a little icky. But, I tripped up. Either way...
Oh, you tripped up, Evan. Now you're not going to get another backstage pass.
I know, how could I... Matthew, I've been meaning to talk to you about this. I'm really worried that I'm not going to get enough backstage passes.
Oh.
I'm not even talking about, like, in this game, I just mean in life.
Oh.
I feel like I'd measure a person by how many backstage passes they acquire.
Are those buyable? I thought those were just things that, like, your hip friend who had connections would give you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm sure there are some concerts where you can buy, like, a VIP pass.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, a real backstage pass is like, hey, I know the fucking bassist in Creed. Here's a backstage pass.
Creed, known for their quality backstage passes.
Yeah. I'm also partially playing this game to cope with the fact that their Amplitude Kickstarter probably isn't going to get funded.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Because Amplitude is so good.
I haven't played Amplitude. But...
Amplitude is a fantastic rhythm game. It's probably the best rhythm game. And
yeah, I like their sort of track selection. Looked like they were going to base it off.
Yeah, you know, and they sort of did that with Rock Band Blitz, but that had a whole host of other problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining me, Matthew.
No problem. Shame this one didn't turn out quite right.
Yeah, well, you know.
But, you know, maybe try it since it's free.
Yeah, it's not like... on a phone, you know, I would never sit down and play this, like, because I love it a ton, but, you know, it's a free phone game, suffer through some ads, just kind of idly. You know, it's a fun way to experiment with your existing music, you know?
Right.
Well, thanks for joining me.
Alright, no problem.